Hello Virgo, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Churro Marchetti. Website is usgamesinc.com if that focuses. Feel free to freeze frame if you want that information, of course. Supportive Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. They're their full names if you would like them. There's also some websites in the back. SheWhoIsArt.com always pops out to me, but there's other ones there. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you would like. If you would like. Clearly. Alright, what do we have for Virgo? We got a saucy start. The ending, great. The ending is great. The ending is great. So, things are going fast, is what I'm getting, and my first thought when I'm seeing these two come in with the Seven of Swords, so you got something happening really fast, you just want things to stay stable. And you got the Seven of Swords kind of like, I don't really know if there's anything I can do about it anyway. Whatever's going on here, whatever arena, work, relationship, whatever you got going on there, family, co-worker, whatever you got going on. Friend. I feel like where you're standing, it's going so fast and it's just kind of like, it's happening whether I like it or not, it's just happening. I don't feel very... It's not about empowerment. It's something else. It's like it's going so fast. I just want things to be secure. I'm just waiting to see where things shake out. I think that's more what it is. It's kind of like if I tried to jump in, I wouldn't know where to jump in. It's one of those feelings. Kind of like I wouldn't even know where to start. And I'm not. I just want it to be secure. And there's just so many pieces moving around right now. So I'm just staying out of it, waiting for the dust to settle because it's going really fast. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to wait and then secure what I can. A lot of quick decisions being made. Somebody else is pulling the strings. This reminds me of like a forced move, which I know won't happen for most of you, but it's almost like a forced move, which could be like moving from one department to another in a business sense, or moving from one location to another. Something where maybe the place that you work, the location of your literal desk or whatever you got going on there, that might be being moved. It could be somebody you work with moving, going. If it's somebody else moving, by the way, it's somebody who's very integral? Somebody who's very important to your daily life. If that's the case. If it's a work thing especially. It's like either somebody you work with daily or maybe a manager or somebody like that who's going to control how your situation works. There's a change coming. And I almost cringe to say coming because I feel like it's in process. Whatever's changing, it's the whole structure of how things work is changing. So... it's good. Down the road, it's good. I feel like this is going to take a few months before it starts feeling good again. This is like... it's like if I work in a bakery, and maybe you have a good job at a bakery, whatever that is, just for argument's sake. You make the cakes, just for argument's sake. You do that. What's going on here is, I feel like the bakery's being sold... for whatever reason, the location you're working in is going to be doing something else. They're taking your job and moving it to a different location. And when you go to that location, instead of you making cakes, you're now making taffy. And it's one of those things where I don't know how to make taffy. And they're like, that's fine, we'll show you. It's kind of like... and it's like my first thought is, yeah, but I knew how to make cake. And I was happy making cake. So... not totally happy with this. The change is like, it's kind of like, part of it would be like, if we're going to use you were baking cakes, that was your job, and now you're going to go somewhere else, a different location, and make taffy. It's kind of like, well, I still have a job. And I still make the same money at this point. So it's like, the feeling though is like, I didn't want that to happen, because like, it's not only like doing a different job, it's like now I'm also realizing I'm working with different people. The people I was used to, like, I'm not around these people anymore. Maybe some of them left, took different jobs, or just working in different locations. Maybe they're also doing taffy, but in different spots, and I'm not dealing with them like I used to. So it's kind of like my whole social structure has been upheaved too. The upheaval of social structure, that too. Because I'm getting this is where it goes next. This does really end well. I just feel kind of like bad about that this is where it's going next. Ten of Swords with the home is kind of like my structure, everything I used to be used to, everything I was comfortable with. None of that feels familiar anymore. Even if there's a couple people who are still the same, the way, or even if like all the people, just for argument's sake, maybe all those people are still around. I used to work with 5 people, for example, and maybe they used to be all around me. Now those 5 people are still there, but we're in this giant building, and I maybe see them once, maybe twice a day, if that. And we don't have enough time to really catch up, but they're learning other things too, so they're busy too, so it's like those connections aren't what they were, and I'm kind of bothered by that. Somebody else is like taking care of the situation. I got the manifestation with the Magician and the Justice. A whole new structure is being formed. I feel like this is one of those situations though that even if I'm being told what's going to happen next, it doesn't really feel right until I'm actually, knee deep in it. Somebody else, Justice is here for you, so like you are being looked out for. It's just kind of like, I don't like how it's happening. I don't like the changes being made. I don't feel like I have the position I want to make the choices I want. Because kind of like, if we're going to use that same analogy, you could try to find a job somewhere else. You have other options, but it's like, even though there's options you could create, you're like, I don't want those other ones. I liked what I had, and I was happy with what I had. I didn't want it to change. I feel like that's the resistance here. There's more about this person in relation to Virgo. They are not going backwards. They will tell you the truth at some point. It was either let you go or move you into a new position. I feel like that's the analogy I'm getting. If we're going to use the whole cake to taffy thing, they will tell you at one point, it was either one thing, either we were going to let you go or we were going to move you into a new position based on whatever they wanted. Maybe they already had a whole section of people making cakes, and they're like, we didn't need new people making cakes. And since we were the company that bought out your company, we weren't going to move the people who had been working for us to a different spot. That didn't make sense. The new people we acquired were going to go to the new spots. So it's like, I feel like somebody will explain it to you, and it will make on paper sense. Like, you'll understand the reasoning behind it. Like it or agree with it, that's a whole nother thing. But there will be that. At some point, I want a little bit more I know these are good cards, but I want a little bit more definition with them. Okay. Things move fast in this new situation. It's not funny, but it's funny. Ace of Cups shows up. You are very much liked. You are very much wanted. I feel like the deeper you get into it, like when you're knee deep in it, you see that you are wanted, you are valued. Now, the Moon card coming in is tricky for Virgo. It does talk about mysteries. Virgos usually don't care for that so much. It also talks about Pisces. Not that you're going to deal with the Pisces, but that's the opposite of Virgo. That usually becomes like too much mystery. Virgo doesn't really like mystery. Virgo likes to know what's going on. Other earth signs like Capricorn and Taurus do better with that because they'll take control of it and they'll put it where they want it to be. They'll search things out about the mystery and they'll form it where they want it to be formed. Virgo doesn't seem to connect to mystery that well. They don't really seem to care for it. You could end up in a spot here, even though you're very loved. The danger is you could end up becoming critical. It's the thing. I know a few Virgos, and sometimes Virgos don't realize when they start doing that. If you find yourself criticizing, it's more like watching how other people respond to that. It's not bad that you are criticizing things, but it's like be careful about how it comes across, because you have more opportunities coming. I get on the dice, I got the Moon card again, so that got there's like double down. There's definitely mystery here, and then I got the Knight of Wands, half in, half out. If people believe in you, like I do feel like they like you, it's more about how they feel you're handling what's coming towards you. It doesn't mean you have to like what's coming towards you. Just be careful about who you talk to about it. Be careful about how other people perceive your feelings. Your feelings are definitely valid, but if somebody misinterprets your feelings and they think you're criticizing things, like, you know, you're having a negative reaction to things and you're not really happy with things, you're going to miss opportunities going forward, because they're going to think that you're not happy, and they're going to think, well, if you're not happy, I don't know, I feel like that's not going to go to your favor. If you just try to have confidence in what you have and you remind people you like structure, you like dependability, just remind people of that. Be careful about how you talk. Like, your feelings are very, very valid, clearly, and you have a lot of strength in your structure. There's a lot of strength there. Virgos are not a fan of the mystery. They're typically not. So if you just highlight, you know, what you like and try to not highlight what you don't, I feel like this will go better for you. There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling about it. It's more about how other people are interpreting you. That's what I'm concerned about. And I am a Pisces, just to be fair. My best friend is a Virgo. I have a couple Virgos in my family. I actually do like Virgos a lot. I think it's funny, but I do understand how they're coming across. I understand why they're saying what they say. They only criticize things that actually matter to them. They only bring forth that energy when it actually does matter. So it's understanding a Virgo. Like, I wouldn't depend on other people to understand where you're coming from. Jump ahead of it and realize, wait a minute, before they decide and they think they know what I mean by that, let me just kind of like, you know, tailor this and make sure I just keep my feelings on certain things to myself and just pull forward the positive, because the people around here may not know you well enough, or I feel like they're going to misinterpret like the criticism part. So be careful with it. That way, if you're able to like show more confidence, kind of like, and just highlight, you know, I like when things work out the way they're supposed to. I like it when I have structure. I like to build on things I'm already familiar with. Stuff like that, and show how you excel with that. I feel like that'll move you more, like it'll take you out of the mystery part and move you more into a position where you can stabilize things and feel more secure. Otherwise, I feel like people aren't going to listen to you, and they feel like they're just going to kind of like put you in the background. They're not going to really listen to what you're saying, and that's not good either. So there is more success possible. It's just realize you are valued because you do a great job, but like, it's like how you're coming off to other people. Be very aware of it. Be very conscious of it. That way, nobody takes away an opportunity because they get this misperception of who you actually are. Virgos are great people. They're very dependable. They build on dependability. Again, the Virgos I know, they don't really care too much. It depends what the mystery is, but like if it's a book and you're reading a mystery and you want to read that mystery, that's one thing. But if it's your life and something to do with money and your livelihood, Virgos tend to really dislike that. Really dislike that. Again, the other two earth signs, because they take control of that and they make it go where they want it to go, that's another thing. That's not usually Virgo's shtick. All Virgos are different, I know, but I'm just saying. Hopefully that's helpful. I want this positioned in a way that this actually can help you move forward and not hold you back, so that way you see where it's going, kind of like you're not going to be happy about the change, but then opportunity starts coming in. It's all about how people perceive you, where you go next. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.